guys, hello, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Geneva. This is Geneva in General. And guys, yesterday was some breaking news, later in the evening, that Connecticut Sun, guys, the WNBA team out there in the Northeast, it's one of the East Coast teams in the Eastern Conference of the WNBA. They are, going through some negotiations with some possible investors and sellers because they may actually sell the team, the Connecticut Sun, and relocate. Now, again, I told y'all way back in the day, this is like last August, I said it makes no sense for the Connecticut Sun to be in Connecticut, even though people claim, y'all can say what y'all want to say, they say that Storrs, that's what it's called, Storrs, Connecticut, because that's where UConn Huskies, women's basketball, they said that is the capital of women's basketball because, you got the UConn Husky, that connection, and also Coach Gino Ariema. So they were like, no, we need to keep Connecticut in Connecticut. I said, no. Ever since last season, guys, when Connecticut Sun met up for the squabble, with the LA Sparks over there in Boston. Yes, last season they met up in TD Garden. It was LA Sparks. They got defeated by the Connecticut Sun. It was sold out crowd. Everybody in their mom was there. It was over like 22,000 plus seats just sold out like that. I said it makes no sense for the Connecticut Sun to be up there in the Mohican tribe up there in up there in Connecticut. I'm like, Boston is about an hour 45 drive from where they are in Uncasville, Connecticut. That's where the Mohegan Sun tribe is headquartered and located for the WNBA team, the Connecticut Sun. I said, listen, I even brung up outfits and cute, gear. Because everybody if you watch Bring It On, that was my movie as a kid, the Clovers. It was green. It was like the luck of the Irish, the little leprechaun. Guys, Boston Celtics, hello. It's like, it's very, Irish culture, over there in Boston and Massachusetts. It's a lot of Eastern Europeans, but mainly like Irish, Slavics, Italians, but again, it's like they said, you can always find pubs and Irish restaurants, and obviously we got the Boston Celtics. I'm like, why not take the Connecticut Sun up out of Connecticut, move them permanently to Boston, Massachusetts, and they can be the Boston Charms or the Boston Clovers. Shout out to the Clovers. Remember Bring It On? I said, "Burr, it's cold in here. There must be some clovers in the atmosphere." That was my movie as a kid, Time flies by. That came out in 2000. That was 25 years ago. I was 5. That's crazy. But look, y'all can look at my archives. I told y'all. Listen, this is why I need to be in these meetings, I'm a finance major. I graduate this upcoming September, I need to be in the WNBA meetings because I be having all the good sense, all the common sense, and it's going to make y'all some money. Again, Boston, Massachusetts, huge basketball town. They already got the Boston Celtics. Just like in the state of California, we got the LA Sparks to the LA Lakers. And also in the state of California, we now have the Golden State Valkyries, who also is the little sister, to the Golden State Warriors. It makes sense that the Boston Celtics, they need a little sister. The Boston Charms or the Boston Clovers, So guys, please allow me to read you a little article brought to you by SportsIllustrated.com. It is titled, "The owners of WNBA's Connecticut Sun are now weighing a potential sale in relocation." The WNBA's popularity and revenues have exploded in recent years, and the Connecticut Sun may unfortunately be a casualty. The Mohegan Native American tribe that owns the Sun have retained investment bank Allen & Company to facilitate the potential sale of the franchise, according to a Monday afternoon report from Kurt Badenhausen and Eben Novy-Williams of Sportico. Per Badenhausen and Novy-Williams, the expectation is a controlled sale and likely franchise relocation. A hypothetical move would be an unsavory end for a unique franchise in the league's smallest market. Rescued from oblivion following the 2002 season after 4 years as the Orlando Miracle. So I did not know that. So the Connecticut Sun, before they were the Connecticut Sun in 2002, they used to be the Orlando Miracle. It's so many WNBA teams that have since dissolved and collapsed. Again, I did a little series back when we had that little pause for the Olympics, the Olympic break. I did, talked about, the Connecticut, I'm sorry, not the Connecticut Sun. I talked about the Houston Comets, Detroit Shock. I really want to do some more deeper dives into these, what have been, WNBA teams, that have since collapsed and dissolved. Connecticut's ownership by a Native American tribe had no precedent in any professional sport. The team was also the first in the WNBA with owners outside of the NBA structure. So again, guys, that's why it's called the Mohegan Sun tribe. It's actually, Native American owned, which is beautiful, When the women have the jerseys, like I have Connecticut's, Dejanay Carrington's Connecticut jersey in my closet. Oh, no, I don't. The TMO movies came in today, so I'm in my kitchen. They packed up everything, all my clothes, except a little bit of stuff, and they took it with me, they took it with them. But on her jerseys for the Connecticut Sun, they have Kisask. That's a Native American. I believe that's Mohegan for the sun. That's why I'm like, what is Kisa? So if you look it up, that's what it means. So again, they had a huge run. They had an amazing feat. They were the first sports team owned by Native Americans. Again, that's beautiful. But Again, in my opinion, it's time to branch out and leave, Uncasville, Connecticut, and go to the Boston, Massachusetts area. The Connecticut Sun team was also the first in the WNBA with owners outside of the NBA structure, which more than likely is probably why they had poor facilities. Okay, they had to split again last season, guys. Last season during the playoffs, they were practicing for the playoffs against the Indiana Fever. It was Alyssa Thomas. AT said that they had to split the freaking gym. Okay, they split the gym because it was a toddler's birthday going on at the other end of on the other end of the court. Okay, that's just disrespectful and uncalled for. Since the Sun have been intermittently successful, making 4 final trips, most recently in 2022, Sportico valued Connecticut at $80 million in 2024. So, guys, if you have $80 million in your bank account, underneath your mattress, in your closet, wherever your drug money, wherever you get it from, you could possibly buy the Connecticut Sun and sell it somewhere, okay? I'll put in $20 and y'all can match me. Again, y'all, I need y'all to match me, okay? If we all put in $20, let's say all my subscribers, we put in $20, we can take it as a bank loan. We're going to buy the Connecticut Sun. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to take over it, all the ownerships, the rights, the jerseys and everything. We're going to redesign the jerseys. We're going to officially move them to Boston. They're going to become the Boston Charms or the Boston Clovers, okay? Tell me that ain't a brilliant idea. I'm giving the WNBA free game, y'all. Free jewels, okay? I'm the only one who out here who got some sense. It don't make no sense for them to be up there in Connecticut. Like, Connecticut what? Connecticut where? And people are like, okay, but Boston, Massachusetts is like what? Maybe less than a 2-hour drive from New York City, and up there we got the Liberty. So what? So what? They can be the Liberty and we can be the Charms or the Clovers, the Boston Charms, okay? We can have a little lucky charm on our uniforms. That is so cute. Again, I saw some fans on Twitter yesterday at the news of this breaking about the Connecticut Sun going into sale and also relocating. They said this is the Marina Mabrey curse. They said ever since Marina Mabrey got traded, she begged and cried and pleaded, okay, to get away from our Chicago sky, our skyscraper. She didn't want to be a skyscraper no more. We said fine. She requested a trade. Her trade request was granted. It was respected. It was honored. They threw her over there in the Connecticut Sun because she said she wanted to go to a playoff contending team, and that she did. She got to experience the playoffs. She even got to experience the semifinals before the Minnesota Lynx, unfortunately, mopped us up out of the semifinals, okay? And then a couple months after that, right, after the WNBA season ended, this was like this past January, like the mid to late January of 2025, this current year, the Sun literally imploded. Alyssa Thomas gone, DeWanna Bonner gone, DJ Carrington gone, Breonna Jones, Ty Harris, Veronica Burton, she got snatched up by the Golden State Valkyries. Marina Mabrey looking like all my friends is gone. Her and DJ Carrington was like this. They became homegirls. She's like, I had enough. I can't do this no more. I'm requesting a trade. Okay, and the general manager and the owners of the team was like, no, you can't go nowhere. They was like, because Marina Mabrey wanted that trade request she put in, and it got denied, they said everything is crumbling down. They saying like Marina Mabrey is behind this. She is the one who was pushing forth, okay, for the selling of the team and the relocation of the team because she hates Connecticut that bad. Obviously, guys, this is just a joke, okay? We can't really blame this entirely on Marina Mabrey, okay? Even though, again, she did say, she expressed to the people, just publicly that Connecticut Sun is just no longer it, okay? All her homegirls been bounced, and she want to bounce too. But, it is what it is. I told her that it's time for her to step up and be the leader that this team needs, okay? But again, I like that it's getting sold again. It's unfortunate because, again, it sucks because it is the first Native American-owned sports league, okay? That's so dope to me. But it just didn't make sense to keep it in Connecticut. It should be the Boston Charms or the Boston Clovers. Please, guys, if you guys see this video, get it out to Kathy Engelbert. Get it out to who y'all need to get it out. Okay, just download my video, download it, start DMing people. Okay, tell them that that they can talk to me. Okay, I'm gonna start putting in my business email link. Okay, people be hitting me up on TikTok and Instagram. Okay, I gotta be more professional. I'm sorry. Okay, I be going through it. But listen, okay. Kathy Engelbert, or to the powers that be of the WNBA, move the Connecticut Sun, or rather the owners of the Connecticut Sun, sell the Connecticut Sun, relocate it to Boston, Massachusetts, rebrand. Green, white jerseys, okay? Again, you're the little sister of the Boston Celtics, okay? You little sister, and it's okay. Have a little leprechaun, a little pot of gold, like a little rainbow. Okay, that can be like double entendre, rainbow, the gay community, and like y'all the Boston Charms, okay? Luck of the Irish, think of the leprechauns, Irish culture. Again, Connecticut Sun is over with. It is time to become the Boston Charms or the Boston Clovers.